Now you're probably thinking, why is this man showing me his feelings? Because it's important to getting a kidney transplant. It doesn't matter if you're on the if you're waiting for the transplant center to give you a transplant or if you get a donor. One of the things that I had to come to realize that, like, nobody told me this, I found this out like secondhand, is you cannot have any cavities before you get a transplant. Now, afterwards, you definitely should get cavities taken care of. But beforehand, if the transplant center finds out that you have cavities, they will deny you a transplant outright. I've heard a story of a guy who somehow it was missed by the transplant center. He got called for the kidney. And while he was on the table, they got wind that he had a few cavities. They immediately stopped the surgery and they sent him home. And they did not give him a kidney until he got the cavities taken care of. It's very important because a cavity can turn into a very terrible infection. And this should be something that you're thinking about, because your immune system is compromised from the drugs you're taking to keep the kidney. Even a minor infection like a cavity could turn into a huge problem. You can get very sick, and if left unchecked, it can even lead to death. So transplant centers take that sort of thing very seriously. It's important to take your tooth health very seriously. If you have a cavity, get it taken care of. So as I stated prior in the video, nobody made me privy to this information. I heard this secondhand. Like, I think I was having a conversation with somebody and it just came up, and I took that information and I held on to it. And what I did was, before it got anywhere close to me getting a transplant, but I mean, really, I wouldn't have known if I was getting a transplant or not anyway. But before it became a problem, I took care of it like year one of me even getting on the transplant list. Now, it's not something they're gonna. It wasn't something that they asked me. It's information I volunteered to them. I was like, so when they put me on the transplant list, I was like, hey, I got these cavities taken care of. Like, prior to me getting on the list, but it is something that I did tell them. Hey, listen, I got these cavities taken care of, so I'm good on that front. I had to get the cavities hollowed out and filled in. And the transplant center was very happy that I did these things, because then I found out later, after talking to them, hey, listen, it's good that you got the fillings taken care of, because it's something that could have affected your eligibility for transplant. It's not something that you should take lightly. It's important. Get the cavities taken care of if you have the means to do so. And if you don't, find out what you have to do to get the cavities taken care of. Have them removed, have them filled in. But they want you to have like nice, clean teeth before you go into surgery. Again, this goes back to the cavity stuff wasn't even information that anybody volunteered to give me, even after I got on dialysis. It's just nobody cared. Even the first nephrologist that I got when I was assigned to the dialysis center, like, he didn't even volunteer the information to me. He just didn't say anything. So imagine if I had the cavities, if I just kept the cavities and I didn't take care of it prior to me getting on the list. I get there and then they tell me no, and I don't know why, because this information wasn't volunteered to me. I'd be furious, because if you tell me that, hey, listen, you should probably take care of this because this may impact your eligibility for transplant, I'm gonna do that, whatever it is. And I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to, for whatever their reasoning.